Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, December 19th, 2022. And in this video, I don't do a 20-minute lead up, do I? This video, we are going to look at a rather controversial crossword puzzle that was published yesterday by the New York Times. The design used by the New York Times resembled a swastika. And they being the New York Times, has been receiving some flack about it, and just a general disbelief by the discerning public that they could possibly have had that design slip past every single editor and made it into publication. Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? Just a second. Here is a small view of that puzzle. I went to a mainstream news source that YouTube won't mind, and it's in YouTube that they've got an article about it. Okay. Now, I was reading on alt news sites that this coded communications. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm not a decoder myself. I mean, sometimes the real obvious ones jump out at me. And on roserambles.org, they highlighted some of the ones that they thought might be communications. First of all, the very first one is "I'm in heaven" seemed to be rather offensive. Since this was published on the eve of Hanukkah, it just wasn't very respectful for a number of reasons, not just the swastika. Okay, so some of the clues: neighbor of the key, opportunity to make things right, landing sites for bees, I'm in heaven, one might crawl out of the woodwork, I'm in heaven again. They may be locked and loaded. Bit of deception. Moves to attack. Reveal the juiciest details. This really needs to stop. Group once led by Darth Sidious. Well, I'm looking forward to some of the very able decoders in the alt community to come up with more information on those. I think it's going to come out. It is. It does seem obvious that there's some codes going on there. Oh, I may have to go back. Hang on just a second. There was one thing that I thought was really beautiful on that, a comment about that. So let me go back one more time. Watch your eyes if it gets you dizzy when I share screens and flip-flop back and forth. I'm sorry about that. The end times prophecies and higher energy are making it hard to deceive and hide now. They must show who they are in the open, clear and clearer. This goes for all energy in the physical realm. Those aligned in dark forces must show themselves. Those aligned in light must show themselves. New York Times energy is clearly in the open, and the crosswords are full of comms. So this is why it's time to buckle up, buttercups, okay? If we really are in a time when forces beyond human are saying, show yourselves, light or dark, show yourselves. We are going to have some further disappointments about people we find out are dark. We're going to have some joy to find out some we thought were dark are light. And I hope you've chosen your side. I know I have. No matter what, I'm in it to win it for the light. Let's ask the cards, though. This New York Times crossword that's loaded with communications. Can the universe provide some insights about what those communications might be? And information and insights are sought from our loving universe. Let's see what the cards have to say about that controversial and probably poorly chosen, but maybe in a way they cosmically didn't have a choice about it. Maybe that's how it slipped past all of the editors and what have you and made it to publication. Let's find out. So the New York Times crossword, that didn't jump out. That was me being a fumble fingers. Is there insights and information about the coded communications within that? Let's find out. Okay, we have a 10 of Cups. Yes. Ace of Pentacles. Temperance. 4 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. King of Swords. 7 of Wands. Well, first of all, we were asking if there was a coded communication embedded in this crossword, if there was insights and information about it that the universe wanted us to have. Now, we got a yes with the Ace of Pentacles about the question. And with the 10 of Cups showing here, that's a celebration card. And what I think is that this was a white hat move. I'm not getting any sense of dark energy here. I think what they were doing was giving them one last chance to give up, come forward. I think where visual symbolization speaks to our subconscious first, although that was so blatant with that Nazi symbol embedded in it, that we saw it on a conscious level too. That's why it's so controversial. But I think if we look back at those comms, we're going to see that really they are telling them, you've got one last chance, you know, time and again, they get chances to come forward. And as the dominoes fall, people do end up choosing sides, and hopefully they choose right. Okay. We have the Temperance card showing up in the near past. And that's one of eventually seeking balance as we go through some emotional upheavals and circumstances that are tumultuous. It's coming to a place of balance and peace. It's a teamwork card. Okay. So there was some joint effort going on here between between those who work for the light and this happening. I don't think that the New York Times was necessarily wanting to be that avenue of communication. They're not known for being working for the light and doing fair and unbiased reporting. So that's why I find it humorous that they slipped this past them quite successfully. Okay, again, since this is kind of a teamwork card, it's good to know that this is a joyous type of teamwork card too. Okay, so we've got joy, multi-generation, joy, Ace of Pentacles showing up here, which is a success and manifestation and prosperity card. The Temperance showing some teamwork, moderation, and coming to a place of balance, which is what we want. I mean, ultimately, where our world is going is to a place where the divine feminine and divine masculine are in balance, and where we humans are back in balance spiritually, physically, in our health, in our minds, and what have you, so that we can move forward and achieve our potential. The Queen of Pentacles is showing up for the near future. So now there's going to continue to be some fallout about that, and there's going to be numerous decodes coming out about the crossword puzzle. I look forward to it, but eventually it's kind of a gift for us. Often the Queen of Pentacles indicates a gift. So the fact that this publication had such an obviously coded communication that made it to print, that's definitely a white hat involvement here, definitely. Okay, and as always, the white hats are standing on the high ground and determined. Let's join them with that. We're going to hold the line until we advance the line, and I do believe the lines are starting to advance, ladies and gentlemen. We have the 5 of Wands showing up for a little further information. 5 of Wands, again, we've got a determination here with the Wands, okay, and more determination here, so there is still some continued, we're not at the end of the skirmishes yet, but remember, 5s are temporary situations. Now, temporary to the universe and temporary to we humans can seem like two very different things, but regardless, I do think we're coming down to some big resolutions, some big reveals. Not just the Twitter files. Yeah, we're getting ready for some big reveals and some tower moments. Look, it's starting to show up again, just like it did before the London Bridge fell. The tower card showed up yesterday. It's showing up again today. In the near future, things we can anticipate or more insights. Will it be directly related to this this call to the dark side that was embedded in that crossword? I don't know. Okay. This is a card of generosity, and again, a balanced generosity, so that you empower and enable, and you don't cripple with too much largesse at one time. We all know the stories of people that win a lottery and they're broke in a year. So this card indicates that moving forward, we can anticipate some generosity. And so I look for that to mean as our financial situations change for the better. It's going to be a rather slow change, but a slow change so that we learn to use resources wisely and not in the older ways. Lover's card showing up. Often the Lover's card starting to show up too. Again, just a little affirmation that no matter what this tower moment or event ends up being, we're looking at a place of love and balance, balance, balance. So much balance showing up in this, that that's what we have to anticipate. So I found that fascinating and a little amusing that that crossword made it into publication. And they can't, even though I think they've tried to change it. Now, when I looked at the New York Times Sunday crossword, the one that's showing up online isn't that one. So it was kind of funny that but there's just too much evidence it happened. It is a communication. It looks like it was a communication aimed towards people that are still on the fence and might still be welcomed and find some asylum and karmic peace by joining the light. But there may be more. So let's watch for those great decoders and gematria people that find layers to things that we just get hints of. I look forward to that very much. That's it for this video. Now, what I'm going to do is put a link to my Facebook page, which will get you links to the 2 sites that I used in this video on the screen share. Not that my sources were that controversial, but I'm just going to set it up that way because that way it's a 2-step thing, and it keeps us as safe as possible as far as sharing information with you folks. So anyway, that's it for this video. And I wish you all love and light, and I hope you have a fabulous week. No matter what holiday you celebrate or don't celebrate, I hope you just manage to feel some joy and don't get yourself bogged down in holiday stress or any kind of worries. It's things are going to happen. And since the ultimate authority is way beyond our pay grade, I think we can just rest assured that nothing can stop what is coming, and that what's coming is nothing to fear for those of us who walk in the light. Until next time, good night.